Edge isn't just a legend in WWE, he's basically the human embodiment of a championship belt at this point. With multiple world title reigns and a resume longer than a WrestleMania entrance, he's made history time and time again. From shocking the world with the first ever Money in the Bank cash-in, to making grown adults cry with his emotional return at the 2020 Royal Rumble, the rated R superstar knows how to deliver unforgettable moments. But one of his craziest feats? In 2009, he pulled off something no one else has ever done, wrestling in 2 Elimination Chamber matches on the same night. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because this story is wild.
Professional wrestling is my life!
At No Way Out 2009, back when the Elimination Chamber match didn't have its own dedicated PPV, Edge walked in as the reigning WWE Champion, full of confidence and villainous swagger. As the top heel on SmackDown, he was set to defend his title against a star-studded lineup: Jeff Hardy, Triple H, The Undertaker, Big Show, and Vladimir Kozlov. But here's the problem. Champs usually have a rough time inside the chamber, and Edge? Oh, he had it even worse. Instead of getting a lucky late entry, he had to start the match as one of the first 2 competitors. Not ideal when you've got literal giants and legends waiting to tear you apart. Edge's nightmare start. His night kicked off in brutal fashion as he squared up against his arch-rival Jeff Hardy. These two had been at each other's throats for months, especially after Edge snatched the WWE title from Hardy just a month prior. But karma came calling fast. Within minutes, Hardy countered a spear into a slick inside cradle and pinned Edge. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Edge was out. The champion was eliminated before most of the competitors even entered the match. The crowd? Shocked. The commentary team? Losing their minds. Edge? Absolutely flabbergasted. This was the fastest elimination for a reigning champion in Chamber history, and it threw the entire match into chaos. One thing was immediately clear. A new WWE Champion was guaranteed. Meanwhile, Edge, probably questioning all his life choices, was forced to make the walk of shame to the back. But was that the end of Edge's night? Oh, not even close. This man had a trick up his sleeve. Edge's master plan: crash the party. While Edge was still stewing over his humiliating elimination earlier in the night, the main event was set to crown another Elimination Chamber winner, this time for the World Heavyweight Championship. John Cena was gearing up to defend his title against a stacked Raw lineup featuring Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Kane, Mike Knox, and Kofi Kingston. Everything seemed normal, until it wasn't, as Kofi Kingston made his way to the ring, hyped up and ready to lock himself in his pod. Bam! Out of nowhere, Edge came sprinting down the ramp like a man possessed and blindsided him. No music, no warning, just straight up rage mode activated. Edge proceeded to absolutely demolish Kofi, leaving him sprawled out at ringside while the crowd watched in shock. But he wasn't just there to throw hands, he had a plan. With Kingston incapacitated, Edge casually strolled into the ring, locked himself inside an empty pod, and claimed a spot in the match like it was an open seat on the subway. The commentators? Absolutely losing it. The referees? Too confused to react. The fans? Loving every second. Was this even legal? Who knows? But one thing was certain. Edge had just pulled off one of the boldest, sneakiest, and most brilliant moves in WWE history. The match officially began after Kingston was helped to the back. And just like that, Edge went from being eliminated earlier in the night to potentially walking out as World Heavyweight Champion. Absolute madness. Edge runs the gauntlet. Again, once the match was underway, Edge entered as the 5th competitor. And let's just say, Rey Mysterio was not in a forgiving mood. But if there's one thing Edge is good at, besides stealing championships, it's surviving. Not only did he hold his own, but he made a massive impact by eliminating the reigning champion John Cena. Yup, Big Match John got booted from his own title defense, and the crowd couldn't believe it. With the champ gone, the match became anyone's game. It all came down to Edge and Rey Mysterio. After a thrilling back-and-forth battle, the ultimate opportunist lived up to his name yet again, finding a way to put Mysterio down for the count and winning the World Heavyweight Championship. That's right, folks. Edge walked into the night as WWE Champion, got eliminated in record time, stole a spot in another match, and left as World Heavyweight Champion. A masterclass in wrestling, luck, and bending the rules just enough to get away with it. Later, it was revealed that SmackDown general manager and Edge's wife, Vicky Guerrero, had given the green light for his last-minute inclusion if he could find a way to enter. And boy, did he ever. A one-of-a-kind feat. No other superstar has ever pulled off what Edge did that night, competing in 2 Elimination Chamber matches on the same evening. His victory not only shook up the road to WrestleMania, but also reminded everyone why he's one of the most unpredictable and brilliant minds in WWE history. Over the years, the Elimination Chamber has lost a bit of its shock factor, but back in 2009, moments like this were what made it must-watch television. Edge cemented his place in history that night, not just as a champion, but as one of the greatest masterminds WWE has ever seen.